guys, welcome to another episode of Step Espresso, your daily shot of fitness. I am your host, as always, Johnny Landals from Next Step Nutrition, bringing you the podcast that helps you overcome the industry confusion and get results for life. Today we're on episode number 367, and I know for a fact that a lot of people struggle with cravings. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today, because they can be a right little bitch, can't they, cravings? They can scupper you up with all of the good intentions in the world and mess up your eating plan before you've even got going. And I think what I'd like to start with this episode is reminding people the need for flexibility within their diet, because a lot of people feel that healthy eating has to look a certain way. They can only eat certain foods and not other foods. They have to eat only 100% clean or 100% unprocessed, and all of those paradigms are, one, untrue, and two, are probably what's messing you up, right? Because the forbidden fruit is always the sweetest. You're always going to want the things that you decline yourself of. And so if you have a ban of all foods or certain foods, you're going to want those more. So you do need to come from a place of acceptance where you can have the foods that you want. That doesn't mean that you have them all the time. And so once you have that acceptance, there will still be times when you struggle with cravings and you don't really want the food, you just crave it. Right, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's episode. So there will be times when you really crave a food because of either a habit or because you're stressed, you're depressed, you're lonely, you're emotional, or you're bored. Right, those are usually the main reasons that people crave things. And you can tell the difference between wanting something and being hungry for something versus craving, because usually if it's a craving, your stomach isn't going to be rumbling. You wouldn't be happy with it, just any type of food to fill your stomach. That's what you would define as true hunger as. And if you don't really want it and you're just like, oh, I kind of fancy that, or usually I have this, or like, oh, wouldn't it be nice, or oh, I'm bored, why don't I grab a couple of biscuit type thing, that's a craving versus, oh, it's been a long time since I've had a double chocolate muffin. I really want one of those, and I know that this place does a great one, so I'm going to go there with my mates and grab a double chocolate muffin, right? So those would be the ways to ascertain the differences, first of all. Now, when you've got the craving, there's a couple of ways that you can do it. It would help you, and you guys can tell that I'm really into action sheets right now, to fill out a craving diary. And again, craving diary, there's going to be one in the blog, so you can head there to download a copy for yourself. You want to go through a bit of a diary of what's the situation, what are your thoughts, your feelings, the intensity of the craving, and then providing a more balanced thought. And this is a great way of actually using the stop technique we've talked about before, where you're stopping, you're observing the situation, and you're going to do something else, right? So the way that the cravings thought diary works, if you don't want to go download it and you want to take a pen and paper, or you just want to listen to me talking about it now, first you need to think about the situation. What's happening? Where are you? When in the day is it happening, and who are you with, right? So is it that every day, Monday to Friday at 3 p.m. at the office, you get cravings for biscuits because you're bored out of your friggin' mind, right? You then need to think about your thoughts. What went through your head before you felt the craving? If you can remember that, is there a thought or an image? What happened to make you crave it? Let's say that it was because you got stressed out at work and then you wanted chocolate, right? You're going to note this down in your diary. After that, you're then going to think about the feelings, right? What did you feel emotionally? Did you feel worried? Did you feel hyper stressed? Did that affect anything in your body? You know, did you feel your pulse raise? Did you feel yourself sweating a little bit? Where did you feel it? And then think about the intensity of your craving, right? How much did you crave that those mini muffins in the office? How much did you crave that entire bar of dairy milk chocolate? How much did you crave that giant Domino's pizza? Rate that out of 100% or from a scale of 1 to 10. And once you've done that, think about an alternative, more balanced thought and a coping response. So think, is there another way of seeing this situation? What would a friend say in this situation if they were watching you from afar? What advice would you give to a friend in that situation? And what's the best thing that you could do right now in order to overcome this craving? Could it be to bury your head into a task? Could it be to allow yourself that craving but in 10 minutes? So say, right, if I still want it in 10 minutes, I'm going to have it, but for now I'm going to make myself busy here. Or is it a case of doing a certain activity, like going for a walk or doing some exercise or playing a video game or talking to a friend or calling a friend or family member? Anything that you can do that can take your mind into something else will definitely help you. So there you have it, guys. Remember that noticing and naming your cravings can be one of the most powerful things that you can do in order to realize that it's a craving and not true hunger or a real desire. Remember that you are allowed the foods that you desire, so stop trying to do this so strictly, because that is what is going to scupper you up. And in the meantime, in the meantime, visit the blog, download the craving diary, let me know how you get on with it, and I hope that you find it very useful. Thanks for listening to this episode, guys. Remember to share, like, review, rate, just do anything in your power to help the podcast reach more people, especially if this has helped you, because we're all in it to just help people live healthier, longer, happier lives. Have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you again tomorrow for another Daily Shot of Fitness.